John described the 5-year program as a quarter of a milestone and will constantly review the scheme over its implementation period. Mimosa Nagi TVB News。
展覽喺文化中心呢度會展出去到下個月5號，之後就會移師去到香港文化博物館，展期去到10月7號。無線電視記者葉子華報導。
Jacky Club donates over $700 million to help residents of transitional housing. Customs buzz drug trafficking attempt using car wheels. And Iran's foreign minister speaks after Israel's retaliatory attack of a limited scale. Good evening and thank you for joining us. The Hong Kong Jockey Club is donating $720 million to help low-income families living in transitional housing. The program, called Project Lift, is intended to make residents become more independent. Mimosa Nagi reports.
The launch ceremony for the Jockey Club's Project Lift program was held at Sha Tin.
John described the 5-year program as a quarter of a milestone and will constantly review the scheme over its implementation period. Mimosa Nagi TVB News.
Neighboring Guangdong province has been hit by storms of heavy rain, strong winds and damaging hails over the past few days. Some neighborhoods were flooded with air and land traffic disrupted. Authorities also warned that Bay River, the northern tributary of the Pearl River, is set to experience very heavy flooding. Rain continues to pound Guangzhou. Multiple districts issued alert. Part of Zhaoqing City became rapids with muddy water. A cyclist was struck by a Disneyland hotel shuttle bus near the theme park's resort at around noon. The crash shuttle bus were unharmed. The coach driver has been taken away by police for further investigation. Hong Kong Customs busted a drug trafficking case that used car wheels to hide about 100 kilograms of suspected cannabis. A man has been arrested. Customs also noted a spike in cannabis seizures in the first quarter of this year. A survey found nearly 70% of residents do not have confidence that the government's waste charging scheme can be implemented as scheduled. New Youth Forum interviewed 1,030. TVB News found that a direct marketing company has sold supplements with animal placenta extracts, claiming they can cure multiple ailments, including chronic diseases and even cancer. But the pharmacist reminds these kinds of supplements contains estrogen, and there could be health risks if people consume too much. There were widespread reports that Israel launched an attack of limited scale at Iran after explosions were heard in the central Iranian city of Isfahan on Friday. Iran's foreign minister, though, refused to acknowledge that Israel was behind the attack, describing it as children's toys. He said Iran has concluded its actions against Israel after last week's attack involving more than 300 drones and missiles. NBC News with a story. And still ahead. Welcome back. In a key procedural vote in the U.S. Congress, the House of Representatives voted to approve a foreign aid package of $95 billion for Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, and humanitarian support. It clears the way for a final vote on Saturday, when each of the 4 elements will be voted on separately. House Speaker Mike Johnson has altered the bill that was passed by the Senate, which gave a blank check for all 4 elements. Nasir Karim has more.
The resolution.
As the U.S. Congress votes on the foreign aid package, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky again urged his Western allies for more air defense systems during an online meeting with NATO defense ministers gathered in Belgium. With Ukrainian forces stagnating in their war against Russia, they are being held back further by Moscow's vastly superior air power. Zelensky asked for more Patriot air defense assets or similar systems. In former U.S. President Donald Trump's criminal trial in New York, the jury and alternates have finally been picked. But court activities were marred as, on the street outside, a man set himself on fire. He passed away later in hospital. It is not expected to impact on court proceedings. David Garrett reports.
David Garrett, TVB News.
Dubai's airport, one of the world's busiest, is still trying to get up to full capacity as authorities deal with the aftermath of unprecedented rainfall and flooding in the United Arab Emirates. Although Emirates, the major airline operating out of that airport, says it has managed to return to a normal schedule. Over to sports, Max Verstappen proved once again that he is the best driver in the world as he won the sprint race and then qualified on pole for tomorrow's main race at the Chinese F1 Grand Prix in Shanghai. NBA home advantage proved decisive as the last two spots for the NBA playoffs were taken by New Orleans and Miami. The Heat ended the Chicago Bulls season and the Pelicans outlasted the Sacramento Kings. And that's the news. Thank you for watching.